Video released by the Austin Independent School District shows back to school comes with certain dangers. Tonight, we have footage of students being hit by cars at a school bus stop and near a crosswalk. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Thomas. It is only the second week of school for students in Austin, but already police are dealing with drivers who are not stopping for buses or pedestrians in crosswalks. During the first week of school, cameras on school buses have captured about 1,000 drivers breaking the law and putting children's lives in danger. Fox 7's Jennifer Kendall joins us live from Central Austin with the latest tonight. Jennifer?
Rebecca, by law, drivers must stop for school buses that are loading or unloading on a two-way street or a street with a center turn lane. But police say hundreds of them are not doing that. And as police showed us today, in 2 cases, students were almost killed by drivers who broke that law.
I don't want our students to get hurt going to school, going home from school.
84,000 students in Austin walk or ride the bus to school each day.
Students walking to and from school have the right of way when they enter those crosswalks. You're required to stop by law.
In January, Austin AISD started using what they call stop arm bus enforcement cameras to capture drivers who are not stopping for buses while they load or unload passengers. In the spring semester, 6,600 drivers were cited after being caught on camera passing stopped buses.
So we anticipated seeing a decrease in violations. We sent out 6,600 violations the spring semester for last school year. So we expected to start the school year with some violations, but with a decrease in numbers.
But instead of a decrease, AISD police saw between 900 and 1,100 drivers violating the law in just the first week of this school year.
1,000 in a week is way too many. 6,600 over the course of a semester is way too many. And so we need people to be aware.
In 2 cases, students were actually hit by vehicles. The first video shows a middle school boy crossing the street at the intersection of South First and St. Elmo when a driver turns and knocks him to the ground.
You may have the green light as you're traveling down the roadway, but when you're making that right-hand turn, you have to yield and look at the pedestrian traffic that's in the crosswalks. You have to ensure that there's not a pedestrian there.
The second video is of a high school boy who had just gotten off a school bus at Courtyard and North Scott Island. That boy takes a direct hit by a driver who did not stop or even slow down for the stopped bus.
We're very fortunate that they had very minor injury, scrapes, bumps, bruises.
Police say both of those drivers were cited for misdemeanor offenses. And with 22,000 students riding school buses in Austin, officers want to make it clear that students and drivers should take extra precautions to make sure they get home safely.
We got to take care of our kids. We got to watch our future. We can't pass these buses. We can't run these pedestrian crosswalks and not watch for our kids.
If you are caught on camera not stopping for a school bus that is loading or unloading, you can be cited a fine up to $300. If an officer's on scene and gives you a citation, that fine can raise up to $500. And police are encouraging parents to talk to their children about triple checking before crossing the street, even when they do have the right of way. Rebecca?
Yeah, drivers just really need to pay attention. Jennifer Kendall, thank you. Live from Central Austin tonight.